Jimmy Smith, publisher, Tigerdetails here, just sitting here on the beautiful Mandeville Lakefront. Thought it'd be a good time to give my thoughts on some of the developments we've seen through 2 weeks of the football season. Two topics, most notably, and is Joe Burrow worthy of Heisman talk only 2 weeks into his senior season? And the state of the LSU defense, who really gave up a boatload of yardage to Texas, and 3 of the last 4 outings haven't been that strong. So let's start with Burrow. Absolutely, this guy's deserving of Heisman talk right now. The hype going into the season really shouldn't matter once the whistles blow. And if you're just going off of production at this level, I mean, the guy's leading the nation or in top 5 in just about every major passing category. He's tied for the lead for most touchdowns thrown in the country. He's won the biggest game so far in the country against Texas on the road. And he does have a bit of a resume. He didn't come into the season as an unknown. But we're only 2 weeks in. There's so much time left here. And really, it's going to come down to a few things, right? Can LSU keep him upright, which is going to limit his mistakes some and help him pad his stats. And 2 is, how's he going to perform in these other big games? LSU still has Auburn on the schedule, still has Florida on the schedule, Alabama's on the schedule, Texas A&M on the schedule. A lot of those games are going to be nationally televised programs with huge audiences. And that's when it counts. These voters, they don't see all these games. They only see a couple here and there, the ones that are on TV. And it's a popularity contest, if you will. If Burrow has strong outings in most of those games and is able to challenge or possibly beat Bama, there's no reason to believe he couldn't make it as a potential Heisman candidate in New York. Round 2. Let's talk about this defense. Defense has been lackluster. And, you know, I think that the struggles they've had in some games over recent years and into this year is really centered around that defensive front. And while I think there's still some personnel issues there, and it's not that they don't have good players, they just don't have disruptive players that can change the game right now. And I'm really starting to see some issues schematically that are concerning me. LSU plays a lot of outside leverage at the cornerback nickel positions, giving up the inside. And what you've seen in a lot of these third downs, a lot of these big passing plays against these defenses, it's been a lot of crossing routes and guys in trail trying to make up ground on some of these high-level receivers, and it's just very difficult to do. So schematically, there's some issues there. Linebackers aren't getting deep enough on their drops. That's been an issue I've noticed as well, creating too big of a window behind them and in front of the safeties in some zone coverages, and then that pass rush. When you go 4 down linemen and only one of them are a real pass rusher and K'Lavon Chaisson, you're really limiting yourself. And no cornerback's good enough to hold up through 5-6 seconds, which I've seen some of these quarterbacks have back there in the pocket against this LSU defense. So schematically, they need to get better. They need to go with some more disruptive guys up front. Justin Thomas came in the Texas game, showed some explosiveness and some quick twitch that others haven't shown. With Rashard Lawrence, Glenn Logan out of the lineup, now might be his time to show that he can be one of those disruptive forces LSU needs. But they really need to change some things. The guys up front need to play better, and the coaches need to put them in better positions. So that's my thoughts on these 2 issues that are plaguing LSU. Well, one's plaguing LSU, one's Joey Heisman. And thanks for tuning in. Jimmy Smith, Tigerdetails. See you soon.